Before I say anything, let me just state anime games suck.
To the radio station!
Torches! Get your torches! Pitchforks! Can't be an angry mob without pitchforks!
Now, before you get your pitchforks out, let me explain. I'm not saying they're terrible. Well, okay, some of them are, but compared to the masterpieces we get from bigger gaming studios like Rockstar, Sony, or from software, most anime just can't keep up. And yet, despite all this, anime fans get served year after year. But why does it always feel different when it comes to Dragon Ball games? I know what you're thinking. Here we go, another Dragon Ball fanboy glazing again. Fair. But am I wrong though? I actually don't think so. And if you give me a few minutes, I'll explain exactly why Dragon Ball consistently makes better anime games compared to franchises like Naruto, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's just simple. It comes down to execution. So before we go deep into the video, what are those things that anime games get wrong? Number one is recycle storylines. Take Naruto Storm for example. As much as I love the Naruto series, how many times are we gonna fight the same battles, watch the same cutscenes, and relive the same arcs? Naruto is a really fun story and I love everything, but I feel like it limits itself to just telling the story. And like I remember when I was a kid and I played Naruto Storm 3 for the first time, I remember sleeping so many times having to play those cutscenes that some of them were just unskippable. It was extremely frustrating. Another one is style over substance. Then you've got Demon Slayer, Hinokami Chronicles. This game is gorgeous. Seriously, the visuals are on par with the anime itself, but once you get past the pretty graphics, the gameplay feels shallow. It's flashy but repetitive, just a rinse and repeat arena fight. Another one is missed potential. And let's not forget Jujutsu Kaisen. It's a great series filled with chaotic, unpredictable energy, but the game is fine. And that's about it. Where's the soul, the innovation? Instead of feeling like Yuji, Gojo, or Megami, you're just hitting combos until the match ends. It's like anime games are stuck in a loop, rehashing the same ideas without pushing the boundaries of what fans really want. So on the flip side, what does Dragon Ball games get right? While other anime games play it safe, Dragon Ball games innovate. They bring fresh ideas to the table and capture the essence of what makes the series iconic. And one of the first things we have to talk about is that Dragon Ball gives you some kind of freedom. Most anime games confine you to small, predictable arenas or rigid storylines. Meanwhile, a game like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot throws you into a free-roam Dragon Ball world. And let me tell you, flying around as Goku, exploring the mountains, hunting for Dragon Balls, or fishing with your tail feels like the childhood dream we all had. It's not just about replaying the anime, it's about living it. You get to train, battle, and explore the world at your own pace, something most anime games don't even attempt. Compare this to Demon Slayer, where the exploration is just walking around linear paths with nothing interesting to do. Kakarot gives you freedom, while Demon Slayer gives you walking simulators. Another thing Dragon Ball games does right is fresh spins on familiar stories. I know what you're thinking, Dragon Ball also retells the same stories over and over too. You're right, but here's the thing, they do it differently. Take the Xenoverse games for example, which doesn't just replay the Dragon Ball Z story, it's kind of twisted a little bit. Instead of playing as Goku or Vegeta at some point, you create your own custom character. You're not just watching events happen, you're actively saving the timeline from being destroyed. It's the same story, but with a new purpose. Then there's Spark Zero, which introduces what if scenarios that are straight up genius, like what if Gohan was Gohan Black, or what if Vegeta turned Super Saiyan before Goku. These simple changes make replaying familiar stories feel new and exciting every time. Compare this to Naruto Storm games, where you sit through endless cutscenes that tell you the same story you already know. You might as well just watch the entire anime instead. Another thing that Dragon Ball game does right is combat that feels like Dragon Ball itself. Combat is where most anime games fall flat. Demon Slayer fights look flashy but lack depth. Jujutsu Kaisen tries to be fast paced but never reaches its full potential. But Dragon Ball games, they understand that combat is the heart of the series. Take a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ, which took the classic 2D fighting game formula and turned it into something special. It's not just a good game, it's one of the best fighting games ever. The pacing, the combos, the visuals, everything feels like a perfect representation of Dragon Ball battles. Even Xenoverse, which focuses more on the RPG mechanics, delivers fights that feel epic. You're not just pressing buttons, you're soaring through the skies, launching beams and clashing in ways that feel right. The combat in Dragon Ball games isn't just about looking cool, it's about making you feel the power and intensity of a true Dragon Ball fight. Another thing that makes Dragon Ball games just right is creativity and variety. The biggest advantage Dragon Ball games have is their willingness to get creative. You've got RPGs like Kakarot, you've got fighting games like FighterZ, you've got time traveling adventures in Xenoverse, and now Spark Zero, which blends all these ideas somewhere together. Dragon Ball games aren't afraid to try new things. They don't just stick to one formula, they give fans variety. Meanwhile, other anime games feel like a copy-paste project with slightly better graphics. And before someone says, well, Isn't this the point of these games, just to let you live in these universes? Yes, that's true. Gaming gives us the chance to be Spider-Man, Batman, Mario, because deep down we always wanted to exist in their world, to be these characters, to just be them. That's not the same mindset we have when we play GTA, right? I absolutely hope so that we don't have the same mindset. No one plays GTA because they want to be Trevor or live in Los Santos. We just want to see just how much chaos we can cause before the cops catch us. For anime games though, we do want to live in this world. That's why they are so important, and that's why it matters when Dragon Ball gets it right. At the end of the day, anime games have so much potential to be better, but most of them settle for very little. Recycling stories, playing it safe, and missing the heart of what makes the anime great. Dragon Ball refuses to do that. Its games are innovative, creative, and bold. They give fans freedom to explore, fresh takes on a familiar story, combat that feels powerful, and variety that keeps things exciting. So now it's your turn. Do you agree that Dragon Ball makes the best anime games, or do you think I'm just overhyping it? Maybe you think Naruto games deserve more love, or Demon Slayer is underrated. Either way, let me know in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And I'll see you soon. Peace.